We begin our story from the perspective of a young Naruto Uzumaki laying on the ground, blooded and bruised. The boy was just beaten by a few drunken villagers for reasons he wishes he knew. Ever since he would ever since he would remember, he was hated by most of the people in the village, as every time he walked in, the village people glared at him and threw verbal hate at the boy with only a few expectations. He asked the leader of the village, the third Hokage, Hagorozen, one of the people who didn't hate him. Then then he asked why people hated him so much. The third Hokage merely shook his head and told the boy that people hate what they don't understand. Naruto, although unsatisfied with the answer, knew that was the only thing he was getting out of the old man. Naruto continued throughout his life, now 6 years old, as he lays on the ground, wanting to ask anyone why he was as he did, why he was hated so much, but he knew he would never get an answer, no matter who he asked. Naruto choosing to rest a bit as his body healed itself, closed his eyes. Naruto opened his eyes to see he wasn't in an alleyway anymore. He was now in a sewerage area. Gray, it's not bad enough that they beat me up, but they had to throw me in a sewer. Naruto though thought as he looked around. As he did, he saw a massive cage, a cage as big as the Hokage's monument itself. As he looked inside, he saw a man, a tall, pale-skinned man who had deep wrinkles and a strong jawline. He had a spiky and shoulder-length, shoulder-length pale brown hair, with a chin-length braided lock hanging in the front of his left ear. He also spotted a goatee that tapered down to his waist. His eyes were purple with a small pupil in the middle. Surrounding that is a ripple-like pattern. The man wore a white full-length kimono with a pattern of a six black orbs around a high collar, beneath which he wore a necklace which was also made up of six orbs. On the back of his kimono was a larger black Renegon marking with a pattern of nine megatomans, arranged in three rows of three beneath it. He was also floating and cross-legged. Underneath him were nine black orbs floating just below him, and in his hand he held a dual-headed staff, and one end had a rigged hoop, while the other end possessed a crescent-shaped curve, representing the sun and the moon, respectively. Naruto looked at this man in thinking that he's just imagining things. As the man slowly floated towards him, Naruto slowly stepped back, thinking this man was like the villagers, but the old man smiled and told the boy, "Don't fear, Naruto. I am here to help you." Naruto stood as he felt the old man's calming aura. Where am I, or where are we?" Naruto asked. "We are in your mindset, Naruto, the place where you hold great power, but we shall discuss that later. Now, let's talk about you and me." The old man said, and Naruto continued to stare at him, now with more confusion. "Me and you? What about us? And how do you know my name?" Naruto asked the old man. The old man smiled. "Let's begin with my name. I am Hagoromo Otsutsuki, and you are me. But at the same time, you're not. You have two beings that within you that make up my power. You are the reincarnation of my two sons." The then now named Hagoromo said, as Naruto was even more confused. "What reincarnation?" Naruto asked. "Basically, just know that they have been reborn into you. Who they used to be will become you in the near future, and many do not know this, but I am the one who gave you everyone's chakra. Wait, I'm the one who gave everyone's chakra. I, and who some call the Sage's Six Paths," Hagoromo explained as Naruto's eyes widened. Even he, as someone who was not able to read much, knew who the sage was. "But if I'm not you, but I have two people who make up you." "I think that's what you said. How will I become the next Sage of Six Paths?" Naruto asked. "To put it simply, combining the chakras of my two sons will make my own chakra, so you can become the next Sage of Six Paths. Although I made it so you'll be different. During the years I watched the Shinobi World, I decided to make you into something different. So using my eyes, which you'll know how soon, I decided to give you your own pair of eyes that have only one ability called absolute copy. This ability is a bit confusing at first, so listen carefully, Hagoromo said, as Naruto nodded. Absolute copy is the most powerful ability ever created, and I do not doubt it can copy any and all abilities by just by looking at someone. For example, if you look at the Hokage, you can gain all his abilities if you want to. It's that simple. The abilities itself has two parts: absolute copy and copy. Absolute copy allows copies of abilities to be maxed out from the get-go without any side effects. For example, the Sharingan, which you'll also learn more about soon, has four stages: one Tamono, two Tamono, three Tamono, also known as the mature stage, and the Mangekyo Sharingan, the Mangekyo stage. This is also one part. There's also the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan and Renegon, but the Eternal is basically just adding power to your eyes and not going blind with, while only a few select people can access the Renegon through evolution. Absolute copy cannot unlock the Renegon, while you can not access through normal means. To go through these stages, one has to experience immense emotions to unlock each stage. But the absolute copy, you can look at a person with one Tamon and you'll unlock the person's Mangekyo Sharingan. Hagoromo explained that as Naruto had no words, he couldn't believe it. All this potential to be stronger than the sage himself. Hagoromo continued, absolute copy is your strongest form of it, but you can only absolute copies 5 times. After that, everything you copy will go into your normal copy side. The normal copy side is self-explanatory. You can copy whatever person ability you look at. At that stage, the person has unlocked it. Uh, for example, if you copy a two Tamono Sharingan, you only have access to a two Tamono Sharingan, and you'll have to get other evolutions through ordinary means. This one you can do unlimited amount of times. The last thing and the best part is that you can switch abilities from absolute to normal and the other way around. But if you switch abilities from absolute, you'll retain the form it was in. When you absolute copy it, completely negating you needed to evolve anything, as you can absolute copy an ability and then just move it to the normal copy side. It'll stay like that. And this is by far the best creation I have made, and I can only entrust it to you, Naruto Uzumaki, Hagoromo said. Naruto was shocked to say the least. Yes, he was totally confused, and the man lost him when he started explaining the abilities. But what he knew is he could be really powerful. Hey, old man, this ability is so powerful. Why do you want me to have it? Surely there was someone better out there that could use it better, Naruto said. There is none better, Naruto. With the kindness of Ashura, but the ruthlessness of Indra within you. It should make for an interesting tale, and before you ask, those are the names of my two sons, Hagoromo said. As Naruto nodded, Hagoromo raised his hands and said, now, Naruto, place your hands before mine and receive my power and knowledge. Naruto raised his hands to Hagoromo as a small white glue embedded from them. After a few seconds, the glow subsided, and Naruto's palms were two seals. On his right, the sun-shaped seal, and on his left, a crescent moon-shaped seal. As Naruto was looking at them, his body started to glow as he disappeared from the mindscape. Are you sure it was wise to give him so much power? After all, he does have both personalities of your son, so he is unpredictable. A booming voice said as a large and orange furred fox with 9 tails stepped out of the shadows. I trust him not to destroy the world. But we shall see what will become of him after he meets them, Hagoromo responded. The fox growls. I do not like the fact that it is Indra who will be his first trainer. Hagoromo smiles and ponders. I did it for a reason. Ashura is quite stubborn, much more stubborn than his brother. And had he trained Naruto first, he would have implanted his will deeply into him, knowing his brother would be his next trainer. And we know how hard it is to change the mind of someone like Ashura once he has made it up. His emotions rule his actions, and that is not the kind of shinobi the ninja needs. The shinobi the ninja needs, Hagoromo said. And what guarantees that Indra will not do the same? The fox asks. Nothing. To be honest, I want to see if Naruto would turn out with a personality like Indra, but some aspects of Ashura. He has not experienced like genuine love ever since he could remember. He even considers the third Hokage as his caretaker, not someone who loves him as a parent or a guardian. Sh- should. First impressions are important. With Indra being his first trainer, he would love the boy as if he were his own. After a few years, Naruto theoretically would be like Indra and would think of him as a brother, and Naruto would theoretically take more after Indra and honor him when he is gone. When Ashura comes into the picture, Naruto may consider him as a brother but won't have as much affection for him as Indra. He will instill a bit of his will into his being and theoretically be a mix of Indra and Ashura. That is my goal, Hagoromo explained. So, what I'm hearing is you want Naruto to have the calm and level headedness and the will to kill if need be of Indra, but also obtain the kindness and compassion for others of Ashura. The fox asked. Pre- Precisely, Kurama. A mix of those two with an Indra personality leading the charge should make for an incredible shinobi and even an excellent leader, Hagoromo said. As the now named Kurama still had his suspicions. One more question, Kurama said. Hagoromo nods to his signal and is listening. Ever since I was created, I have never seen Indra show love to anyone. So what guarantees that he will do so for Naruto? Before I created you, Kurama, Indra was a loving brother to Ashura. He valued family over anything. I'm banking on that Indra would do the same for Naruto. He does have compassion, except he never shows it. But you'll see, and it is in his actions. Hagoromo explained as Kurama retells and decides to trust his father. Complicated plan. We cut to Naruto perspective as he slowly wakes up and is still in the alleyway. He looks at his hand and notices he has fully been healed. Unknown to him, only 5 minutes have passed on the outside. He stands up and walks to his apartment. As he slowly gets information in his head that was never there before, he holds it in pain. As information about his powers seeps into his head, he now understands fully his powers work thanks to Hagoromo's implanting his knowledge into Naruto. Naruto knows the only weakness of Absolute Copy is that he still has to train his body and his chakra control and supply. Absolute Copy gives him abilities he can copy, but to use them as efficiently as possible. He needed to train his chakra and supply to use a little as chakra as possible while still maintaining the power of any ability he used. Absolute Copy also did not help his taijutsu, so he would need to work on that himself. Knowing all, Naruto went straight to the nearest training field he could find. As Naruto neared a training field, thought like in thoughts like instructions enter his mind. It seemed like Amoromo is helping him get started. He arrived at the training field. He stood in the middle of it and sat down cross-legged and started to meditate. Using the instructions as a guide, he felt a pull in the core of his stomach. He followed the pull up until he all pulled up in until he was a large blue ocean of chakra. Never touched the chakra Naruto never touched the chakra as his eyes flung open and a massive wave of chakra surrounded the area. The chakra was dense and it seemed never ending. Hiruzen, the third Hokage, was sitting in his office doing the usual paperwork every cage has to deal with. Suddenly, he felt a large wave of chakra. It was more chakra than anyone currently in the village has. There he said it was rivaled his own teacher, the second Hokage chakra. Hiruzen stood and instructed his envoy to follow him as they follow the signature. Hiruzen arrived on the scene and he was surprised at what he saw Naruto on the training field, and it seemed like he was merely unlocking his chakra. He couldn't believe a 6-year-old had this much chakra. He consciously approached Naruto and asked, Naruto, my boy, may I ask you, what are you doing? Naruto looked at the man and simply answered, I'm just unlocking my chakra. But the academy doesn't start until 2 years from now. Who taught you how to unlock your chakra? Hiruzen asked. Naruto stood up and yawned, feeling a bit tired from unlocking his chakra. I taught myself a bit of reading in here and there, and that was it. Naruto lied, thinking that telling the old man about Hagoromo was not the best idea. Harusen, not believing this answer, accepted the answer and nodded as he and his Ambu left the scene, but not before signaling one of the Ambus to stay and watch Naruto. On his way back, he thought of giving Naruto a personal instructor so that he may learn to control his chakra. A shinobi with this chakra and the nine tails was surely going to be a great one, no doubt, but he would wait to see what the Ambu reported tomorrow to make a decision. Naruto clutched his hand once more as he received his final instructions from Hagoromo, and these instructions were hand seals. Naruto instantly did these hand seals and slammed his hands on the ground. Summoning jutsu, Naruto said, as there was a puff of smoke in front of him. A man appeared out of the smoke, and Naruto knew this was Indra, but didn't know why he was instructed to summon him. Indra had long brown hair, a cut short on top, two locks wrapped in bandages framed either side of his face, and blue markings around his eyes, which were turned up at the corners. He wore a light color kimono held close by a dark sleeve slash. The color of a kimono was adorned in with black. Hello there, Naruto Uzumaki. You already know who I am, so don't. There's no need to waste time in introductions. I'm assuming my father, the crafty bastard, already informed you of your powers, so activate them so we can begin. Indra said, getting straight to the point. And how do I activate it? Naruto asks as Indra signs. It's a dojutsu, so just direct chakra into your eyes. It should be easy enough, even for a beginner, Indra answered. Naruto nodded and directed chakra into his eyes. As his eyes glowed a light blue color to indicate the activation of his dojutsu. He looked at Indra as he saw above him a list of his abilities and the abilities he could have had the further evolved his eyes. So the dojutsu already copied all of his abilities, but in front of him he saw a text saying, "Would you like to absolute copy Indra Osatsukis's abilities?" Naruto selected yes. His eyes glowed a darker blue for a few seconds as they went back to the light blue glow. My father told me how your abilities works, and I'm assuming the brief glow means you absolute copy all my abilities, Indra asked as Naruto nodded. Good. But, but before we work on those, we must begin with the basics, such as chakra control and taijutsu. You don't need to expand your chakra as it expands itself as you grow. Even so, right now you have the highest chakra level, save for tail pieces, so it doesn't matter really. Indra explained as Naruto nods and understanding a bit unnerved, looking at Indra, as his expression hasn't changed since he was summoned, keeping a keeping a strict expression. He wondered if maybe he could do that. Now we begin your training, Indra said. So now we're skipping 1 year. It has been a year since Naruto training began. Naruto has surpassed every single one of Indra's expectations. It seemed maybe his father was right to put his trust into this one, unlike his stupid brother Ashura. During the year, Indra had made sure to teach Naruto to trust in himself and his own power more than anything. He taught Naruto how to keep a straight face, even though the most gruesome times, and taught him that knowledge is a most important power in the world. Nindra had taught Naruto how to perfect his chakra control, and he taught him a taijutsu style that relies on predicting the opponent's next move efficiently, countering attacks by attacking the weak points in the body. And although this worked best with the Sharingan, Indra had taught him how to use it without and without it, and that using the Sharingan only makes it stronger. After 6 months of this training, Indra decided to begin his ninjutsu training, and this is where Naruto's truly excelled. After only 1 month of Naruto's had mastered how to efficiently use all his chakra natures except for yin release and yin and yang release, as that was his brother's and father's territory. 2 months later, Naruto had learned multiple jutsus with fire, lightning, wind, and other elements, being his favorite to use. His most notable jutsu were the Fire Style, Majestic Frame Destroyer, Lightning Style, Lightning Dragon Barrage, and Wind Style, Great Breakthrough. Naruto never went through a spar with Indra without using one of those. The next month was used to train his articular abilities. Naruto listed off all of the abilities he had copied from Indra, which includes Sasuke's and Madara's MS and Rinnegan abilities. For plus sakes, that's what we have to do. Indra himself and was shocked at the power of the Rinnegan. He could have received his father if his father had chosen him instead of his brother. Since then, Naruto had absolute copy Injira's abilities. He could immediately access Injira's Mangekyo, but Injira had him start from the base. After the months had passed, Naruto mastered his base Sharingan, learned his Mangekyo abilities in his left eye with the Amaterasu, which was a black, inextinguishable flame that burned for 7 days in his right eye. He had an infernal style flame control, which allowed him to control and exhaust the flames of Amaterasu using both of his eyes. He could use his Susanoo up to his full skeleton stage, and his Susanoo surprisingly had a blue violet color. During his Sharingan training, he was instructed to never turn off his eyes. Even if he was questioned, he mustn't turn them off, as if this it'll help him get used to the strain the Sharingan can have if used long enough. Sure enough, the soon received question from the Hokage, Naruto lied, telling the Hokage that one of his parents must have been an Uchiha, but he didn't know. The Hokage accepted this answer, but went to check the records himself. After a few hours, he came to find out the boy's mother had Uchiha DNA within her, but even she didn't know. Also, the Ambu that was stationed to watch Naruto was put under a Genjutsu by Indra, so he would report to the Hokage that he saw nothing. Keep that in mind. The last 2 months were used to train in weapons, as Naruto became interested in them after seeing Indra fight using the sword. Indra went and asked the best blacksmith in the town to craft him 2 long swords, as Naruto was interested in dual wielding. The blacksmith, not knowing the swords were for Naruto, crafted them to the best of his abilities. After that, Indra snuck in the Uchiha main building and stole the treasure item of the Uchiha clan. He knew it wasn't one Naruto asked for, but he was sure he would love it. When Indra returned, Naruto saw the two blades. He was excited. Until he saw a new weapon on his back. It seemed to be a fan. It is a wide fan with kimonos on it, and had a long handle with bandages around it. The base, as well as having a long chain attached to it. Naruto asked what was that, as Indra told him that this was the Uchiha fan that his last reincarnation wielded, and he wanted Naruto to learn and use it himself. Naruto thanks him as he learned how to use the swords and the war fan. In the last 2 months, like everything else he has been doing, he took them easily. After a year has passed, Indra began to fade away as his time with Naruto was up. Naruto broke his usual static face, which he learned from Indra's, and cried as losing his only brother. He knew Ashura was coming after, but the bond he built with Indra was one he will never forget. He could only wish to see him in the afterlife. Before Indra faded away, they had one last conversation. Well, Naruto, it has been fun, but unfortunately, I must go as my time in the living world has run out. Once more, although I'm glad my last moments are with you, remember, all I have taught you, trust in your strength the most, and no one else. Goodbye, Indra says as he fully faded away. Naruto forces himself to stop crying, knowing Indra would kick his ass if he saw him like this. He ponders on whether he should summon Ashura now or tomorrow. He decided tomorrow to give himself a bit of time to rest, as Indra was quite the grueling training. Naruto now wears a cloak similar to Indra and even styles his hair the same way to remember his first brother and friend on his side. adorns he wears the two swords Indra got for him on his back with the fan of Madara Uchiha. After a few seconds, Naruto arrives home and sleeps, his mind replaying the good times with Indra. The next day, Naruto thought of going back to the training ground, but he knew Ashura is not as prohibited in Genjutsu as Indra was, so he would pick a more suitable location. Fortunately for him, he knew the perfect place, the Forest of Death, a place he had heard a few Jonings talk about, and how dangerous it was, how even they wouldn't dream of going in there. Naruto, though it was perfect, after his thought it was perfect. I apologize for that. After his morning routine, he went into the forest and prepared. Naruto went through a few hand jutsus, and said summoning jutsu as a puff of smoke appeared in front of him. Out of the smoke appeared a man with short, spiky brown hair, two blocks of which were wrapped in bandages, framing either side of his face in a similar manner to his brother. He possessed some facial features. He wore a light colored kimono with magnetism adorned around the collar. The kimono was held close by a dark colored slash. Hey there, Naruto. I'm Asura Osotsuki. It's a pleasure to meet you. Asura sounded excited to meet Naruto. Naruto could already tell the difference in the brother's personality as compared to Indra. They really were the polar opposite. Hello, Ashura. Shall we begin? Naruto said straight to the point. Something he had learned from Indra. Ashura's sweat dropped as Naruto's demeanor and his look reminded him of his brother. He had a love and hate relationship where he hoped he can at least influence him a bit so he wouldn't fully copy be a full copy of his brother. He saw Naruto's eye turn a dark blue, and he knew what had happened, and with that they began training. So we skip one more year. 1 year later of training had passed, as Naruto eventually also grew close to Ashura. Not as close as he was with Indra, but he could say he also considered him as a brother. Ashura could say the same. Unfortunately for him, he managed to get Naruto to smile and show more emotion when he was around him, although he him still kept his faceless emotion around strangers. This indicated to Ashura that Naruto trusted him, even though he won't have the same bond as Indra had with him. His happiness he spent the time he had with him. In the year Ashura has spent 6 months teaching Naruto his form of taijutsu, which was purely being more unpredictable and adding plenty of force into your attack. Naruto decided to combine this with taijutsu styles Indra had taught him. The taijutsu style of predicting your opponent's attacks and countering with a hard-hitting blow in his weak points, while also being unpredictable, should be a cautious arise. This was truly a powerful taijutsu style. The remaining 6 months were spent purely learning ninjutsu, as Ashura a profit in was not a pro in genjutsu. This is where Naruto's copy ability became useful, as he managed to absolute copy all of his abilities. This means Naruto now has all Kekkei Genkais Indra did not possess. Ashura had him learn wood style releases, as if it was the most versatile element Kekkei Genkai, and just as Ashura predicted, wood release became one of his favorites to use alongside fire. In the 6 months, he managed to master his ninjutsu to the point where it barely took a chakra to use even the most powerful attack. Ashura, who was shocked, as he wasn't expecting someone with the growth rate this high. He wondered what he will become in the future. His favorite wood release jutsu to use were the wood style Deep Forest Emerge, and the second one was wood style Wood Dragon Jutsu. Ashura, similar to Indra, began to fade away as he and Naruto said their goodbyes. Well, Naruto, it's been a true pleasure training with you, Naruto. I now will lead this world into something better. I'm putting all my trust in you. Goodbye. Ashura said as he faded away. Naruto keeps his strict face, but on the inside he was upset that he lost another brother. Before before Naruto could ponder on it, he was pulled into the mindset once again, and similar to before, in front of him stood the Sage of Six Path. Your training is now complete, Naruto. What you do now will be of your own choosing. I'm looking forward to finding out what you make this world, and I expect great things out of you, Hagoromo said. As Naruto slightly bowed, thank you for entrusting me, old man. I promise I'll make you proud, Naruto said. As the sage smiled, he motioned for Naruto to come forward as he did. He placed his hand on his forehead and said, this is now Naruto, this is my final gift to you, all my knowledge and the rest of my power. After this, I, like my sons, shall fade away and leave the living realm, Hagoromo said as his hand glowed in white and a bright light lit up the room. As Naruto closed his eyes, when he opened them, he saw that Hagoromo was no longer there, and before he could do anything else, a rush of emotion floated in him. These memories contain Hagoromo's entire life. After receiving the memories, Naruto called out, "Kurama, you can come out now." As comes out of the shadows of the cage and says, "So you finally got the old man's memories, huh?" "It'll be a pleasure working with you, Naruto," Kurama said as he had been instructed by Hagoromo to help Naruto in any way that is that he is to be in his partner in crime. "I'm looking forward to it as well. But first, tell me, is it possible to unlock the seal?" Naruto asked as Kurama nodded and said, all you need is to rip off the tag. Please, place all your fingers on the seal on your stomach and turn your hand clockwise." Naruto floated up to the seal and ripped it off. He lifted his shirt, placed his fingers on the seal on his stomach. In one swift motion, he turned his hand on the seal, started to unlock. Naruto stepped back. After a few seconds, the cage was a few opens and the barriers separated. Naruto and Kurama disappeared as Kurama was freed. If you're one, and then so I'm gonna say this: if you're wondering what happened to Minato and Kushina, Hagoromo took care of it. Now you can summon me. Now you can summon me if you want, similar to how you can summon Indra and Ashura. If you ever require me in battle, Kurama said, as he lay down. Isn't that a bit unfair? Naruto asked as Kurama's sweat dropped. Like Naruto ain't know his own power. Your existence has been unfair ever since you got that power. This is nothing. Kurama replied, "Fair enough. Although I will not require you much, I may summon you to put fear into opponents. That'll be fun," Naruto said as Kurama nodded in a silent agreement. "Oh, so you're in my mindscape, correct?" "My mindscape, correct. Does this mean I can communicate with you even though when I'm not here by simply thinking?" Naruto asked. "Yes, but you can cut the link of our connection as well if you wish to private your thoughts. I can also do the same," Kurama responded as Naruto nodded in understanding. "I guess that's all for now. I'll talk to you later, Kurama," Naruto said as he faded away. Naruto opened his eyes and still in the middle of the training field he and Ashura had created through their training in the Forest of Death. Naruto decided to go to a shop to buy brown permanent hair dye and goes to his house to complete his transformation. After a few applications, Naruto now looked like his first master. If he was going to make his mark in the Shinobi world, he was going to do it honoring the first person he saw as a brother. Naruto, now looking like a complete copy of Indra, except the whisker and the blue marking on his eyes, which he completely fixed with a H. He donned his two blades on both of his sides of his hip, his fan in his back, and following his master's instruction, activated Indra's three Tamon Sharingan, not caring who asked how he attained it, and kept them like that until further notice. With that, he was now ready to begin his adventures. Naruto was walking through the village of Konoha towards the Hokage Tower, and as usual, everyone was looking at him, but this time not with looks of hatred, as they did not recognize who he was, but some look of curiosity at his eyes, looks of awe at his new look, and for the ones who recognized the fan on his back, looks of fear. Naruto arrived to his destination, not wanting to deal with the secretary who held hate for him, put her under a simple Sharingan Genjutsu and walked past her without anyone noticing. Naruto arrived at the door of the Hokage office and politely knocked. An old man voice shouted, "Come in!" as Naruto entered the room. The Hokage, Hiruzen, looked at the mysterious child, who seemed to wield a mature Sharingan in curiosity, not knowing who he was. He alerted his Anbu to stay alert. "Hello there, old man," Naruto said, in an even tone as Hiruzen's eyes widened at the voice and the manner in which the child addressed him, as only one person addressed him that way. "Naruto, is that really you? What happened to you?" Hiruzen asked, shocked at the person he was looking at. Simply put, yes, it is me. What happened to me is that I found a purpose and followed it for the past 2 years. Now I am ready to take the challenge of this world," Naruto said as Hiruzen was still baffled at the words the boy was speaking. He needed time to proceed all this. He was getting too old for this. But the reason I'm here for is I want to become a Jonin, Naruto said to Hiruzen, as Hiruzen's eyes might as well pop out of their sockets by how much they were witnessing and hearing. "What, Naruto? I understand you might have trained a few years, but being a Jonin requires one to be skillful and to have experience. One must be able to control two or more chakra natures and be able to participate in A to S rank missions. I highly doubt 2 years of training can come close to meeting those requirements," the Hokage concluded, as even some of the Anbu snickered at the seemingly ridiculous request of the boy. "Skill, I possess them, in great magnitudes. Two or more chakra natures, I possess all five. Experience and missions, I'll learn as I go," Naruto said. As Hiruzen sighed, kids were getting cockier as the generation passed on. On the other hand, the Hidden Leaf was known to produce prodigies, and consider who his father was. He might as well humor the boy. "Very well, we shall give you the series of a test that Jonins of the village have gone through, except those promoted by field promotions. Should you fail, you will go through the ranks starting from the academy level to higher ranks," Hiruzen explained as Naruto nodded. Hiruzen commanded one of his ambos to make a standard Jonin exam. The practical exam will come after. After a few minutes, the Jonin came back with a paper that consisted of Jonin level questions, a desk, and a chair. Naruto sat on the chair and was handed the paper as he was given 30 minutes to complete it. Naruto, using the knowledge of Hagoromo, Indra, and Ashura, was finished within 3. The Hokage, not believing he decided to check the test for himself, and he was shocked at what he was seeing. He had never seen such a perfect score in his life. Naruto not only answered in perfection, but also added information that most Jonins do not know. Maybe Naruto wasn't lying after all. "I must say, I'm surprised. I have never seen such a perfect test in my life," Hiruzen said, as Naruto gave him a little smirk, which in the first time his facial expressions has changed. "What can I say? I expected it. I told you so," Naruto replied. "Well, it seems I have underestimated you, but now it's time for the practical exam. We shall meet at Training Ground 7 in an hour's time. After what I see, and I expect a lot from you, despite your age," Hiruzen said, as Naruto left the building. 1 hour has passed, and Hiruzen arrived with a group of consistent Anbu and Jonings. The Jonings he saw, one of them had sober spiky hair, and he was reading a book. The other had black short spiky hair with a beard to match, and he seemed to be smoking. His name was Asuma, and the other one was a woman with long black hair, and she seemed to be complaining about the other two's habits. She was Korani, and before anyone makes fun of me in the comments, I can never pronounce her name. The last man had a bowl cut hair and with a green, let's just say, suit and a Johnny jacket as he screamed about youth, and he was the most useful man alive, might guy. Naruto looked at them in awe. An assumed word an assumed word had gotten out that a child was taking a Chunin exam. Naruto decided to entertain them a bit. The Hokage coughed as everyone silenced. Now, Naruto, it is time for the second part of your exam, the practical. First, you must display elite efficiency in at least two elements. However, you do it, it is your choice, but it must be satisfactory to me and most of the Jonins here, Harusen explained, as Naruto nodded and prepared. He started off by making a lightning claw. One, Naruto said, as he made a horse sign and shouted, Fire style, Majestic Flame Destroyer. He tilted the jutsu slightly up as to not burn the trees. Everyone watching was in shock as this boy simply made what would probably be the biggest fire style jutsu they'll ever see. But none more were shocked than Hiruzen as he only seen one other person use that technique. But Naruto wasn't done yet. His lightning claw made a tiger hand seal and shouted, Wind style, great breakthrough. The hurricane-like wind met the fire and caused the fire to increase in size. Heat two times over. The spectators were feeling the heat before, but within the addition of the wind style jukes, it was not overkill, as some felt like they were getting hit with it, even though it was directed in the complete opposite direction. After a few more seconds, the fire faded as the lightning clone also disappeared in a flash of lightning. Naruto Naruto turned to look at his spectators as he saw the shocked, sweaty faces of everyone as he cocked an eyebrow. Did I overdo it? Naruto asked as the Hokage replied, just a little bit. After a few more moments, everyone recollected themselves as the Hokage speaked up. Well, I think it's safe to say you passed that test. No one disagreed. Now to the final part of your exam. You will be facing one of the league's top Jonins, Kakashi Hatake. If performed well enough, in this test, he will be promoted to Jonin rank. Also, try not to use that technique, as we would like to keep our trees to remain. The Hokage finished explaining, as the sober-haired man now named Kakashi closed his book and walked to Naruto, who was already in the middle of the field. The spectators stepped back as Naruto and Kakashi prepared, though neither of them taking a stance and simply just analyzing the opponent. Naruto's eyes glowed red as he saw something interesting in Kakashi. In his eyes, though incomplete, he managed to copy this Kamui. His other eye seemed to process, but what he copied was a complete Mangekyo. The same one Kakashi would have if he had the other Sharingan. Kakashi, thinking the glow meant Naruto was going to attack, got in a defensive stand. As he was waiting, he saw the glow faded, and instead of waiting, he decided to attack first. Naruto Naruto, through Indira's mature Sharingan, saw Kakashi's coming miles away as he, in a blink of an eye, had his fist in Kakashi's stomach. Kakashi flew back into the forest as Naruto's punches were harder than he thought. His speed, his strength, and firepower are all incredible. I didn't even see him begin to move. Guess I have to go all out from the beginning, Kakashi thought, as he lifted the headband covering his eyes. As it revealed to be a mature Sharingan, Kakashi, in a burst of speed, rushed at Naruto as they began to exchange blows in a fierce taijutsu battle. Naruto, although short in his size due to his age, out outsped, overpowered Kakashi as his experience was the only thing keeping him alive in the battle. Naruto decided to change his defensive stance. Kakashi threw a strong punch, but unlike before, Naruto parried the attack with his left hand. With his left hand opening Kakashi's defense, Naruto took advantage of this and kneed his stomach, but as soon as he did this, Kakashi burst into a lightning, stunning Naruto temporarily. Kakashi took advantage of this. Being near a lake, he performed a few hand seals, and a large water dragon came out of the water. The dragon menacingly looked at Naruto, and as it rushed towards him, in seconds it reached him. It was a direct hit. Kakashi, who was slowly huffing and puffing, waited to see what had happened to Naruto. He knew that the attack wouldn't kill him. Soon enough, Naruto slowly walked out of the forest he had crashed in, his clothes ripped and his breathing quickening. I must admit, Kakashi, that was something I was not expecting. Guess there's reasons you're joining, huh? Either way, you ready to continue? Naruto said as he took a stance. No, I give up, Kakashi said, shocking everyone, as in a mere minute the battle was already over. Naruto looked confusedly. He had no doubt he was going to win, but he didn't think it would be this easily. But he looked at his hands a bit and amazed. Guess Haguruma made me more powerful than I thought. Beating one of the village's most powerful Jonin is no joke. Maybe I could even face Hiruzen, but that's for another day, Naruto thought. I guess that's the match winner. Naruto Samaki, you win, Hiruzen announced, as everyone was silent, still shocked at the seemingly easy defeat of Kakashi until one spoke up. Alright! Such flames of youth from a child so young. Our generation is surely going to be a great one. To celebrate, I shall do 1,000 laps across the village with my hands. The bull-haired Jonin said as he left the field, running on his hands, and though he won't show it, Naruto was amused by the man. Anyway, Naruto, you are therefore officially now the rank of an elite Jonin. You will be taking on A to S rank missions. As of tomorrow with the other two elite Jonin, Might Guy and Kakashi, Hiruzen said, as Naruto nodded. Everyone wanted to be surprised, but they really weren't. One more request before we leave. On top of what you said, I'd like to become an assistant teacher at the academy, Naruto said. Hiruzen raised his eyebrow. Why? He simply asked. I just realized how strong I truly am, so I thought, why not help my own generation become strong, Naruto said. As Hiruzen nodded, the village could benefit from having the next generation being trained by someone as strong as Naruto. Very well, I shall speak with the current teacher and see what we can do, Hiruzen said. As Naruto nodded and left the field, everyone else followed. We cut to Naruto as he was on top of the Hokage monument, looking down at the village. He truly admired how beautiful the village was from up here, and he would make sure it was as beautiful on the inside as well. Was that really the best excuse you can come up with? Kurama asked, as Naruto shrugged. I don't know what you're talking about, Naruto said, as Kurama scoffed. You and I both know just simply training the next generation was a phrase, Kurama said. Well, yes and no. I do want to train the next generation, but not for the reason the Hokage thinks, Naruto replies. Well, I hope you know what you're doing. You got visitors, Kurama said, as Naruto looked behind him. He saw Kakashi coming, still in his book. He approached Naruto and closed it. Hey, Naruto, Kakashi greeted as Naruto nodded, already guessing what Kakashi was going to say. You know, in all my years, I have never been defeated so easily by a child before, which begs the question, at such a young age, how are you so powerful? Kakashi asked, as Naruto think about it over and over whether if he should tell him. I might as well tell you, as even if I do, you can't do anything about it. And we'll be going on missions together, so it'll be beneficial if I do. My ability is called Absolute Copy. Simply put it, allows me to copy any and all abilities at the highest level they can become. Although I can't copy what I already have, Naruto explained, as Kakashi now understands why Naruto was so powerful. He assumed since Naruto could copy abilities at their maximum, he was only needed to train his chakra control, chakra reserves, and his taijutsu, and that was all he needed. I see. Do you mind if I tell my guy this? Kakashi asked Naruto. As Naruto shook his head, Kakashi nodded and left as Naruto went back home. We cut the scenes again. Naruto started his day as usual. He had to see Hiruzen discussing his new role, so after this morning routine, he went on with his day. In the corner of his eyes, he saw three guys surrounding a girl of his age. Curiosity to what was happening, he went to the scene, and when he got there, he did not like what he saw. Three, what seemed to be Genin, were making fun of a girl. The girl had short blue hair and wore a red scarf. Her noticeable features were her pale white eyes, a Hyuga, Naruto thought, although a bit confused as he had heard the Hyuga clan was usually arrogant and confident, but this girl seemed shy. She didn't even try to fight back against her bullies. Interesting, Mike. I asked what this girl did to deserve such treatment. Naruto made his presence known as the three boys and the girl looked at him. Her stupid cousin made fun of us and made us look bad, so we'll repay him by making the heir to the clan look as bad as he made us look, and if you interrupt us, we'll deal with you too, one of the boys responded. But his subordinate lacked the same confidence as they saw Naruto's eyes. Hey, boss, maybe we should leave. Look at his eyes. He comes from the Uchiha clan. My father told me to never mess with them, another boy said as the boss scoffed and looked at Naruto in the eyes. Though the second he did that, he fainted as he was put under a simple genjutsu. Thought Naruto was not close to being a great at genjutsu. The Sharingan did provide simple genjutsu for its user. Take him and leave. I preferred we do this peacefully, Naruto said. As the boy as the two boys picked the passed out boss and left. Hinata looked at Naruto in awe as he had dealt with the problem so easily. Thank you, Mr. Uchiha, Hinata said, as she bowed. Naruto's eyes glowed a darker red. He could use the Abiyakugan in his arsenal. He looked at the girl's abilities and saw she had a strong affinity for water and a standard Byakugan and a Tenseigan. He copied both her dojutsus and he would ask Kurama about it later. No need to thank me. Also, you don't need to call me Mr. Uchiha. It makes me feel old. As Naruto looked up at the sky, thinking of a certain old man, as he said, "Yeah, I don't want to be that old yet." "Call me Naruto," Naruto said. A shy Uchiha. No, I'm messing up again. A shy Hyuga. Now I've seen it all, Naruto thought, as he started to leave. "Oh, okay. Thank you, Naruto," Hinata said shyly, as her guards soon appeared, though Naruto was already gone. Naruto continued on to the Hokage Tower. On his way, though he decided to have a little chat with Kurama, he opened a mental link and woke Kurama up from his sleep. "You better have a good reason for waking me up, brat," Kurama said, a bit groggy from being forced to wake up. "Tell me, what do you know about the Tenseigan?" Naruto asked, as Kurama now was fully awake and surprised. "Tenseigan, I never thought I'd hear that name again. It's a dojutsu that is similar to the Mangekyo. It's the evolution of the Byakugan. The last known wielder was Hagoromo Otsutsuki, my father's brother. Speaking of, didn't you receive my father's memory? How come you don't know this?" Kurama asked, as Naruto shrugged. He received the memories, but he had been quick in putting a plan into actions that he did not fully go through each memory. He decided to do it so when he gets home. "I was too quick in putting a plan into action. Anyway, since I cannot access them now, tell me what your father told you about the eyes," Naruto said. "The Tenseigan is, from what I know, is not as powerful as the Rinnegan, but it's still more powerful than the Mangekyo. If the Tenseigan allows the user to control and attract and repulse forces, similar to the Rinnegan's de force a path. With the complete Tenseigan, the user is able to enter Tenseigan Chakra mode, which grants the user simply enhanced physical abilities, the ability to fly, as well as a number of truth-seeking balls." Okay, when I said balls, it's orbs. I wrote that wrong. Kurama explained Naruto was eh, eh, curious. He would put this on his list of abilities to master. "Thank you, Kurama," Naruto said. Kurama went back to sleep as Naruto ventured on to the Hokage Tower. We cut to Naruto who was now in Hiruzen's office. He and Hiruzen had been discussing his new role as the elite Jonin, an assistant teacher at the academy. For his Jonin role, it was decided that he will go on A and S rank missions, along with Kakashi and Guy, the other two elite Jonins. For his teacher role, he was assisting Iruka in his class. Hiruzen had given him a list of classes, and Naruto took interest in Iruka. It was filled with clan heads and with that endless potential. "You should begin your assistant duties at the academy. Starts next week. As of for now, you should be given a mission," Hiruzen said, as if on cue. Kakashi entered the room. "The mission is simply deliver mission. As to why we need both of you, it is an A rank mission. You'll be delivering an important scroll to the Hidden Sand. The scroll contains the treaty that simplifies our alliance with the village. Some people do not want the sand to prosper, so keys the cage told us to be on the lookout for rogue sand shinobis that might want to cause a discord. As you are new, Kakashi shall lead the mission," Hiruzen explained. Both Naruto and Kakashi nodded. Kakashi took the scroll and they both left, heading the gates. Kakashi and Naruto started to travel to the Sand Village. The first day of the travel was uneventful. As they traveled in silence, Kakashi was a bit uncomfortable with it, as Naruto acted like what an ideal shinobi would, calm, technical, and powerful. But what made Kakashi uncomfortable was the fact that Naruto was only 8 years old. Kakashi set up on camp. As it was getting dark, sitting around the campfire, Kakashi decided to break the silence. Hey Naruto, I have a question. You're a very powerful shinobi, but what's the end goal in all of this? What are your dreams or visions? Kakashi asked. And you want to know this? Why? Naruto responded. I'm just curious on your reason to train so hard, Kakashi said. Well, I want to create peace. Simple as that, Naruto said, as Kakashi somewhat expected the response given his childhood. I see, so I'm assuming you want to unite all the nations into one powerful nation? If so, I wish you well, because many people, including Hashirama, have tried and failed. Kakashi said as Naruto stood and prepared to fall to sleep. Well then, it's a good thing I am not Hashirama, because my plan is guaranteed to work, Naruto said as he left, leaving Kakashi wondering what his plan now was. The next morning, they packed up and left the area, leaving no trace of them being there. After a few hours, they arrived in the desert fields, that signaled that they were close to the hidden sand village. Of traveling, After 1 hour of traveling, they arrived at the village, but before they could enter, they were stopped by two guards. Halt! State your intentions, leave, shinobis, one of the guards said, as Kakashi took out a scroll and handed it to them. The guards started reading it. After a bit, the guards looked at the two. Mostly Naruto was an untrustworthy look. I understand you, Kakashi, of the Sharingan, but the scroll clearly says two elite Jonin were to undergo this mission. I have a hard time believing this child is an elite shinobi, the guard said. The other guard interject before Kakashi could respond. I don't know. The Hidden Leaf is known for producing prodigies at a young age. Plus, look at him. He's an Uchiha with a mature Sharingan. The other guard pointed it out. I get what you mean, but don't you think you can cause trouble in here, kid? The guard said as they left them through. Naruto and Kakashi traveled to the biggest building in the village, which was the cage tower. They arrived in the tower after passing through more security and eventually made it to the door of the office of the cage. A loud enter was heard after they had knocked as they walked into the office. As they both walked in, they saw a room similar to the Hokage office before. Behind the desk was a man that had a brown burned like brown hair, dark eyes, and had a very stern look on his face. He wore the standard attire of of a Hokage, which consisted of a loose-fitting green kimono with a white collar and the signature hat with the kanji of wind. Welcome, Kakashi. Who is this young man you have brought with you? The cage asked, looking to Naruto. This is our newest elite jonin, Naruto Uzumaki. Kakashi responded as Rasa looked shocked. The leaf can't stop producing prodigies, huh? He's about as old as my children, yet he is such high status. Anyway, about why are you here? I only need to talk to Kakashi. Naruto, you may look around the building or the village if you wish, the case said as Naruto nodded and left. Naruto walked around. As he walked out, he sensed a spike in tail beast chakra. Naruto wondered what was going on and ran to the location and asked Kurama, hoping to get some answers. Kurama, do you sense that? Naruto asked. As Kurama woke up and said, yes, I feel it. It's no doubt my brother Shikaku, the one-tailed raccoon. A word of warning. He usually makes his host insane, so you might need to subdue him, Kurama said. Any idea on how to do that? Naruto asked. I didn't want to tell you this, but your Mangekyo provides a genjutsu so that you can control tail beasts. Don't get any ideas, Kurama said. Don't worry, I won't use it on you. Naruto finished as Kurama went back to sleep. Naruto arrived at the room where he senses Shikaku's chakra. He busted open the door as he was greeted by a boy with fair skin, a green eyes, and spiky short red hair. He lacked this. He lacked pupils or eyebrows. He had a tennis-like black rings around his eyes and the kunyu for love on the left side of his forehead. Said the boy was now clutching his head as he looked at the Naruto with a crazed look. I don't know who you are, but our mother wants your blood. Gaara screamed as he shot a wave of sand from his from his hand to Naruto. Mother, he calls Shikaku mother. Naruto wondered, but before he could ponder long, he quickly unsealed his fan. He now seals his fan instead of carrying them, as he blocked the wave of sand. Uchiha reflection, Naruto said, as the sand glowed a huge gust of wind and was blown by the fan in Gaara's direction as the wind approached a wall of sand covering him, but the wind blew him through the wall of the room into the village. This was the first time Gaara had been hit. Naruto followed him outside as Gaara stood up dazed. The cage and Kakashi arrived to the scene, as Gaara and Naruto standing on the opposite side of each other. What in the world happened? The cage asked, as Kakashi could only shrug. He was going to interfere, but Kakashi put a hand in front of him. What are you doing, Kakashi? Can't you see your shinobi will die if we don't do something? Out of all of us, Naruto's the best man for this job. Trust me, Kakashi said. As the cage relentless, although wanting to stop this, listen to Kakashi. With Naruto and Gaara, we see people running away with fear of being killed in a crossfire. Seeing this, Naruto decided to end it quickly, although he wanted to have fun. He quickly activated Indira's Mangekyo and entered Gaara's mindscape. In Gaara's mindscape was a plain desert field, and in the distance he saw the towering figure of Shikaku. He walked there and saw Shikaku was in chains, though he was not as tightly chained as the tail beast normally is. Naruto took this as the seal being faultly not done correctly. You human, what are you doing here? Shikaku said, trashing around trying to get his hands on Naruto, as Naruto simply looked at him with his Mangekyou. Seeing this caused the tail beast to stop and look in fear, knowing the power of his eyes and can control him easily. I see Hagoromo hasn't told you, has he? Naruto said as Shikaku narrowed his eyes. How do you know that name? Shikaku asked. Instead of explaining you, I think it'd be better I show you. As Naruto said as he put Shikaku into a genjutsu where he saw his memories of Hagoromo. I see, so you're the kid he spoke of so long. A powerful kid, in fact, Shikaku said. Naruto nodded. So what now? What's the master plan? Shikaku asked as Naruto explained his plan to Shikaku. I wasn't expecting that, Shikaku. No one is. That's why it's important for you to work with Gaara instead of torturing him, Naruto said as Shikaku nodded. I'll help the kid, but with that, what are you planning? You're going to need his help? Shikaku said as Naruto, he removed the chains on Shikaku and told him, if you take his body, I will put you in an eternal sleep. Naruto threatened. I promise I won't, Shikaku said as Naruto left the mindscape. Then we see the outside world. Gaara had just fallen out of nowhere. Kakashi had expected this, but Rasa was shocked. As Gaara was really just defeated like that. Naruto had sealed the fan back into his scroll and walked to the cage. Whoever sealed the tail beast into him did a terrible job. He could have been taken over by it. Anyway, me and the tail beast have come into an agreement. Gaara will be able to control its power properly. He'll be asleep for a few days, but after that, he should be fine. Considering this as a gift for our alliance, Naruto said as he left. The Hokage of the Sand Village was left speechless. Now he knew why this kid was on a high-ranked mission. See what I mean? Even I wasn't expecting that, Kakashi said, looking at the Hokage as he was left, as the Hokage nodded at him. We cut to the next day, as Kakashi had to go finalize things for the Kesu cage, then left Naruto to walk around the building once again. This time he hoped he won't have to destroy property again. Facing a tail beast, he heard hushed whispers in certain rooms, and he heard Gaara's name being mentioned. Being curious, he entered the room without knocking and saw Gaara on the bed. Beside him were two people, a girl who had tail eyes and sandy blonde hair, which is gathered into four consistent pigtails. She also wore a single light purple colored off-the-shoulder garment that extended halfway down to her thighs, with a scarlet sleeve tied around her waist, and in addition to incorporating fishnets worn on her shoulders and legs, specifically on her right calf and her left thigh. For plot's sake, they were wearing their Part 1 articularies. She's hot, Naruto thought as Kurama raised an eyebrow. Never thought I'd hear those words coming out of your mouth. I hope you know I'll tease you about it till the end of the time, Kurama said, with a large grin on his. Naruto's eyebrows slightly twitched, but he quickly composed himself and closed the mental link. Next to the girl was the boy who wore. Let's just say that's the sister. I am not going into details with this. His face sported a triangle face painted design. The girl immediately recognized Naruto as the one who put her brother into the state. Immediately reacted. You're the one who did this to my brother, she said in anger, as she marched up to the Naruto and held him by the collar. What did you do to him? She asked to Naruto, whose facial experience never changed. I fixed him, Naruto simply said. To now confuse to now confuse the girl. Fix? What do you mean fix? The girl responded in a calmer tone. His seal was fully broken, which caused him to be influenced by the tail beast. I enter his mind, talk to the tail beast. Now he's fine. Right now he's just catching up on a few years of sleep he hasn't received. Give him a day or two before he wakes up, Naruto explained as the girl now let him go. So, will he become normal now? Will we have our brother back? The girl asked, with a bit of tears in her eyes. Naruto nodded. As soon as he did this, he was hugged by the girl, who was thanking him a lot. Naruto waited for a while as the girl let go of him. The boy now approached him and extended his hands. I can't thank you enough. And the girl there is Tamari, he said. Naruto Uzumaki, Naruto replied, shaking Gaara's brother's hand. I cannot pronounce his name either. Before they could continue, a Sand Anbu appeared behind Naruto, and Naruto Uzumaki, you have been summoned to the Hokage's office. As fast as he disappeared. Can we come with you, Tamari asked. I don't see why not, Naruto replied as they went to the Hokage's office. Gee. We cut to Naruto and Gaara's brother and Tamari as they enter to the Hokage's office to see Kakashi and the Hokage. The Hokage stands up smiling, much to the surprise of his three children. They have never seen their father smile before. Welcome, Naruto. I see you met my children. Now to the matter at hand. First, I'd like to thank you for what you've done for my son. I ensure that should there be another sealing, that is done to perfection, the sage said as he took out a scroll and threw it to Naruto. As a reward, the scroll contains a deed for a piece of the land in the Sand Village. It's not too big, but not too small either. From this day onward, you are the youngest human to own a piece of land in the hidden sand. I'm sure that'll help you in your goals of achieving peace, what I heard from Kakashi, the case said, as everyone, even Naruto, was shocked at his facial expression changes a bit. He wasn't expecting that, but it will be very useful in his plans. Thank you, Cage. You're too kind, Naruto said, as the Cage waved his hand, dismissing, think, think nothing of it. Also, call me Rasa, as a thanks of faith, Rasa said, as Naruto nodded. Koro and Tamari were shocked. Seeing their father being nice is just weird. It it is mean their family will be back to normal. Then who are they to question it? They shrugged. Kakashi and I have come to the agreement about the finalization of the peace treaty, and I am happy to say the Hidden Sand Village are now officially aligned with the Hidden Leaf. Also, Kakashi, tell your Hokage about the splendid work this young man did, Rasa said. Kakashi nodded. Naruto walked out of the office to look around the village, with Kono, Kuro, and Tamari in town. So Naruto, you'll be going back to your village soon. Will we ever see you again? Tamari asked. Depends if a mission brings me back here, or the tuning exams are held in my village, and you attended there. Otherwise, no, you may not see me again. Naruto said. Oh, I see. We'll be becoming Genin in 8 years' time. Hopefully, by then, the tuning exams will take place in Konoha, or you will have the mission to bring you back here. Tamari said, with with Tamari's brother looking at her suspiciously. It's almost like she can't wait to see him again. Was she becoming interested in the boy? His family is becoming weird. First, his insane brother's apparently not insane anymore. His father was smiling and being nice, and his sister was interested in a guy. Weird. I'll be weirded out too. About About your brother, tell him to talk to his tail beast because I won't be here when he wakes up. Tell him to work with it instead of hating it. When the day comes, we'll when we meet again, tell him to be ready. All this only he can understand by talking to his prisoner, Naruto said as Tamari and her brother looked at each other confusedly but nodded. As they looked at Naruto, he was gone. Wow, he's so cool, Tamara said. Tamara's brother had a bad feeling he was never going to hear the end of it until they meet Naruto once again. I would be dead at that point. One day later, one day later, we cut to Naruto and Kakashi traveling back to their village. After saying goodbyes, they quickly left back to the hidden leaf. Naruto, may I ask something? Kakashi said. Naruto nodded. How did you defeat how did you defeat Gaara so quickly? If I'm not mistaken, he was a Jinchuriki of Shikaku, so defeating him was simply a glance is a powerful of the Sharingan unseen sense mother Uchiha, Kakashi said. Naruto turned to look at him, activated an inverse Mangekyo Sharingan in process. I told you, my power allows me to copy an ability in its entirety, so already having the Mangekyo allows me to control Tail Beast. Naruto explained. I see. You see my Sharingan once, so have you already copied it? Kakashi asked. Once again. Yes, I copy useful Kekkei Genkais, and your Kamui is very useful. Naruto said as Kakashi looked at him with a bewildered face. Kamui, Kakashi asked. Naruto raised an eyebrow. Do you not know you have the Mangekyo? Naruto asked. Kakashi shook his head at odd, and most people tend to remember such trauma. When I copy an ability, I see which state the user has it in. So I copy your Sharingan, and it was already unlocked. Maybe you're so used to of putting a certain amount of chakra into your eyes that you only use the base Sharingan. The Mangekyo takes a lot of it. Naruto explained as Kakashi could clearly remember now when he experienced enough trauma needed to unlock it. Can I see the Sharingan I have? Kakashi asked. Naruto turned his head to him once again, turns Indra Sharingan off, but as soon as it left, another Sharingan appeared. The Sharingan spun into another pattern, Kakashi's Mangekyo. You know, sometimes I still can't believe you're only 8 years old and you know so much. I have one more request, knowing so much of my own eyes that I do. Do you think you can teach me about it? Kakashi asked. Naruto's eyes turned back to his normal eyes, then the base Sharingan. I don't see why not. With that, they continue their journey back to the Hidden Leaf. And our story continues in the early morning in the village hidden in the leaves. It has been a day since Naruto and Kakashi have returned, and have received a lot of gratitude from the Hokage after the overwhelming success of the mission. Naruto returned home to rest. Today was the day he started his job in assistant teacher in the academy. Naruto did his usual morning rituals. Left his house, he decided to walk to the academy. Hey Naruto, Kurama said, surprising Naruto a bit as he hasn't heard from him in a while. Kurama, anything going on? Naruto asked. Yes, actually. You don't know this yet because you haven't taken the time to fully harness the sensing abilities my father has. But know this, in the Uchiha clan district, there is no one there. They are all gone but one, Kurama surprising Naruto said. The Uchiha clan is dead. I have to say, I wasn't expecting that. Naruto responded a little bit shocked. Out of everything he thought could happen, this was not one of them. This could be an advantage to your plan. Knowing how Uchihas are, whoever is remaining will definitely want revenge for his clan. That's where you step in, Kurama suggested. Naruto immediately knowing where this is going. That's genius. And Uchiha on my side will be quite valuable. Thank you, Kurama, Naruto said and continued on to the academy. Naruto enters the building. Looks for the room he's supposed to be in, and like the polite man he is, knocks. Enter, an older voice said as he entered. Naruto looks to see that the class is packed. Seems he was a bit late. Welcome, Naruto. I am Iruka Umami. I can never say his last name, sorry guys. The now Iruka said, Hello, Iruka. Thank you for the welcome. I'm sure it'll be a pleasure working for you, Naruto said As his Sharingan's eyes glowed red and he looked through the class, he saw what to be expected: Akeke Genkais from different clans, and so on forth. Naruto saw Hinata's abilities in one chakra where there was a kid's abilities that includes the Sharingan. Guess this is the last loyal Uchiha in the village. Perfect, Naruto thought. Class, this is Jonin Naruto Uzumaki. He'll be the assistant teacher and he'll be helping teach everything practical. I'll teach you all the theories, Iruka explained as the class went silent. This kid, he looked like he was their age but was an assistant teacher, and a Jonin, and then to the girls he was as handsome or even more than Sasuke was. The Uchiha's kid stood up. He had black eyes and spiky hair with a blue tint. His hair is long and has hung over his face as bangs. He wore a navy blue short-sleeved shorts with a high collar, white shorts and white arm warmers. This was Sasuke Uchiha. Naruto being such a high rank at a young age reminded him of Itachi. Tell me, who are you? You have the Sharingan, but I never seen you before. If you were a true Uchiha, I would have known, Sasuke said. Well, I'm an Uchiha on my mother's side, so I don't know if you could count that as a true Uchiha or not, Naruto responded. As Sasuke sat down, but one of the girls stood. She had pink hair and enough said. Yeah, I don't like Sakura that much. But Iruka sensei, how is he a boy? Who is he? Isn't he as old as us? But how is he a Jonin? Sakura said, but before Iruka could respond, Naruto beat him to it. We can go outside and I can show you why, Naruto said, looking for Iruka to allow this. Well, it is the first day, so for only today we'll go straight to the practicals, Iruka said as everyone stood up to leave. But as they looked at Naruto, he was already gone. As they went outside, they saw Naruto around his was a medium size circle. Iruka stood next to Naruto and the students stood in front of him. Okay, it's going to work like this. Anyone who doubts my rank will be facing me in a quick one-on-one spar. This is basically to exert dominance and also show you that in the ninja world you cannot judge someone so easily. Now, who wants to fight? Naruto asked as he saw three hands. One Sasuke, one was Hinata, and another one was a boy who had messy brown hair, sharp black eyes, and a vertical slit-like pupils, pronounced canine teeth. He also has the distinct red fangs marking on the Inosuka clan on his cheeks. He wore a dark grayish pants reaching to his calves and a gray hooded four-line coat with the hood placed on his head. Naruto knew him to be Kiba due to him seeing the class list about a week ago. Alright, let's start with you, Kiba Inosuka, Naruto said as Kiba stood up and stepped up to the ring. Iruka stepped out. Alright, let's go, Kiba said as he got into a basic stance of the Inosuka. Naruto knew them to be the clan that fought head-on, so he knew what to expect. Naruto stood there and waited for Kiba to attack. He did not have to wait long as Kiba charged at him, aiming to punch. Naruto, seeing a lot of openings in his taijutsu, simply directed his first fist upwards and kicked him in the stomach. Kiba went flying back through and then managed to stay in the ring. Kiba didn't stop and went to attack Naruto once again. Doing the same thing twice won't make your chances of succeeding any higher, Naruto said, as he grabbed Kiba's arm and threw him out of the ring. Naruto walked up to Kiba and helped him stand. If your first strategy doesn't work, it most likely won't work a second time, Naruto said as Kiba nodded. Even training with his mom, he never been beaten so easily. Guess Naruto's the real deal. Naruto stepped back into the ring as he pointed at Hinata. Hinata, it's your turn. As Hinata stepped into the ring, she did a few hand seals and activated her Byakugan. Then she got into the usual Hyuga stance, and just as Naruto expected, the Hyuga stance requires you to be faster than your opponent. It has no counters for any opponent who are faster than the user. It is predictable if you fought a Hyuga before. Watch now as I show you what happens when you fight an opponent who can completely counter the Hyuga's gentle fist, Naruto explained, as Hinata was shocked. Nobody has ever said anything like that about the Hyuga's gentle fist. All she knew was a lot was a lot of saying, "Wow, she's amazing. The Hyuga's amazing." But Naruto was different. With that, she attacked Naruto with his Sharingan. She saw her moving in slow motion, like most people. She thrust her two fingers at a certain point to closest chakra point, as this was the main attack strategy of the Hyuga. Because with your chakra points close, you cannot perform any jutsus. It was painful, but to anyone who observes it closely, it was also linear. Naruto redirected her hand. Much to the shock of Hinata, she fell to the floor. Strike after strike she threw, but Naruto did nothing but redirected her hands, and did it with no effort. Hinata became a little frustrated, and Naruto saw her strikes were becoming wider. Her frustration caused her to leave an opening. Naruto held on to one of her hands and punched her in the stomach. She clenched her stomach in pain as Naruto, still holding her hand, threw her out of the arena. All this happened within a second, but to the untrained eyes of the students, it was in a blink of an eye. Naruto walked up to Hinata and asked, "Are you okay?" Naruto asked, while holding his hand out for her. Hinata nodded and grabbed his hand and got up. "Do you need any medical attention?" "I do have to hold back a lot, but sometimes I overdo it," Naruto said, and Hinata shook her head. "No, I'll be fine, thank you, Naruto." Hinata said as she joined her classmates. Naruto went back to the arena and said, "Before I continue, I'd like to point out something. Have any of you noticed any similarities in the way I've defeated Kiba and Hinata?" Naruto asked as Sasuke spoke up. "You threw both of them out of the arena," said Sasuke. Naruto nodded. "Yes, but if you noticed before that, you'll see that I took advantage of their linear attacks. If it's too predictable, then it can become easily countered, so try and become more unpredictable. Or as I said before, use another strategy," Naruto explained, as the class nodded. "Sasuke, you're up," Naruto said as Sasuke entered the arena. He got into a basic taijutsu strength. As Naruto raised an eyebrow, "Aren't you going to activate your Sharingan?" Naruto said. Sasuke ignored him and charged at him. He was clearly faster than the other two, but was still in slow motion to Naruto. Naruto, unlike his previous opponents, decided to dodge all of Sasuke's attacks, as Sasuke, as hard as he tried, could not land a single hit on Naruto. Naruto's palm struck him hard in the stomach as Sasuke flew backwards. He got up and angry and waved a few hand seals, much to the shock of everyone but Naruto. "Fire style fireball jutsu!" As Sasuke shouted, a medium-sized fireball was shot out of his mouth. His classmates were in awe, as he currently was the only one capable of using element releases. Naruto looked at the oncoming fireball and smiled. Finally, something different. His eyes morphed into another pattern. His pupils became smaller. 6 concentrated circles covered his eyes and contained 3 temonos on its 2 innermost circles, for a total of 6. His eyes glowed purple as Naruto held a hand out and absorbed the fireball, though his eyes returned to the usual base Sharingan right after. What in the world happened? A shocked Sasuke wondered. He'd never seen anyone just straight up absorb a jutsu before. Maybe this guy is the real deal. But before he could ponder any farther on it, Naruto took the chance to kick Sasuke's chest, which efficiently knocked him out of the arena. No one had ever seen the change that was in Naruto's eyes. Naruto went to help Sasuke as he held out his hand, but Sasuke ignored it, stood up and went to his class. Naruto shrugged as he went to the side of Iruka. "Well, class, I hope everyone understands. Naruto will be assisting me in class," Iruka said as the class nodded. "Now let's head back into class. So we still have a few hours until the day of school ends," Iruka said as most of them stood up with a groan. "Are you coming with us, Naruto?" Naruto said. As Iruka said, Naruto shook his head. No, my class starts tomorrow, so I have nothing to do here. So I'll be training now. Also, tell Sasuke and Hinata to meet me at training ground 7 when they're done here," Naruto said. Iruka nodded and didn't question it. When Naruto walked away, with Iruka doing the same, as Naruto was walking away, he heard the voice of his Tentoman once again. "Naruto, was it necessary for you to use the Rinnegan to absorb a pitiful fire jutsu like that?" Kurama asked as Naruto smiled a bit. "Not even close. but I just felt like showing off really. Plus, I have neglected using the ice even though it's more of it not needing. It uses to use it than neglecting, Naruto thought. You're neglecting quite a few things actually, Kurama said. Naruto nodded. His Sharingan was enough, but it never hurt anyone to gain more power. True, my sensory abilities, Kamui, the Tensegon, the Renegon, throughout going through Hagoromo's memory. That's what I'm going to do now actually, Naruto thought. Good, I'm getting tired of sensing for you, Kurama said as he went back to sleep. Lazy fox, Naruto said as he arrived to training ground 7. He went to the middle of the field quickly, and as the time went by, he spent training with Indra here. Now in a few hours, he was going to train 2 students himself. Naruto sat down in a meditative position and went through Hagoromo's memories from the time he could remember up to until his death, learning knowledge of all libraries could only dream of having. It felt years have passed in his head, but on the outside it was only more than minutes. Naruto's eyes snapped open as he stood up. After going through those memories, he truly realized how powerful the sage was now. Hagoromo, you truly could have lived eternally if you wish. So that's why Tail Beast simply reformed after this. The infinite Izigani, your Renegon possessed Sage Mode, your incredible sensory ability. Now I understand it all. Naruto thought as his eyes returned back to normal, but quickly shifted to the Renegon pattern, though it had no Tomono this time. He summoned a Susanoo ribcage. His eye was a light blue color, and his size was significantly bigger than the Indra Susanoo. Just like, oh shit. So, and it's specifically bigger than Indra Susanoo, just like he saw in the memories. Hagoromo Susanoo towered over the 9 tails. This man was here. I thought I can't become any powerful, Naruto thought. Naruto looked at his hands and the sun and moon seal on his hands. He now knew what they did. The moon seal simply gives the user an enhanced Renegon, making the abilities require particularly no chakra to use, making them stronger. It also allowed the user to use his Mangekyo abilities without having to switch between eyes. The sun seal on his right had a piece of every tail beast chakra. This allowed him to create chakra cloaks, which enhanced his abilities attribute massively and allowed him to use truth-seeking orbs, granting him healing abilities greater than the best medics allowed him to fly, which he could also do even without activating the cloak. It also allowed him to combine it with Sage Mode. Sage Mode allows you to absorb natural energy from everything around you to boost all your attributes greatly. Sage Mode alone could take on a Chunin level shinobi and make him a Cage level 1. So with Sage Mode being mixed in with the chakra cloak, the Sun Seal provided gave him a boost on unimaginable magnitudes. Though he wandered in the memories, he saw that Hagoromo used Toad Sage Mode, but you need to be in contact with the Toads. Something he didn't have. He decided to find out. Naruto sat down once again and meditated. Using Hagoromo's memory, he absorbed natural energy around. Nearly instantly, a pattern formed around his eyes. He gained black markings around and under his eyes as well. In the middle of his forehead, Naruto felt it. He felt the power of Sage Mode granted. Why didn't Naruto go through his memories sooner? He decided to test something. He focused once more on his body. Did not change, but his power did. Similarly to Ashura, he uses his Sun Seal's cloak, also known as the 6th Path Sage Mode, was indicated by the appearance of the 10th truth-seeking orbs behind him. Although this appearance did not change, his power certainly did. His Sage Mode, perfectly combining with his Sage of the 6th Path Mode, extended power unbelievably to the shinobi. He turned it off and sure that his power was felt by everyone in the village, but he was sure they were used to it by now. Naruto Naruto basically laughed to himself. Kurama, are you seeing what I'm seeing, feeling what I'm feeling? Naruto thought, opening a mental link. It's hard not to, with you extending more power than I have, and you're 8 years old. For goodness sake. What was that old man thinking? Kurama responded. I don't know, Kurama, but I thank the old man each day. Infinite Izanagi, the Sun Seal, Moon Seal, Sage Mode, the fact that I can sense the entire village passionately and discussed between everyone with Sage Mode. That man was a walking cheat code, Naruto thought, as Kurama could only agree. Won't all fights be boring, Kurama asked. Did you forget the plan? I won't need to fight. I'll be more entertained to watch people fight for my cause after I train them. Plus, they'll be more useful that the way than letting them what they could be right away due to this village. Not provide the specific training they need, Naruto explained. And it all starts with those two? Kurama asked as Naruto nodded. Thought they'd be here in a few hours. For now, I'll just work on the moves I neglected. Hagoromo's memory decreased the list only to the Tensegon and Kamui. Naruto thought. Kurama nodded and goes back to sleep. Naruto begins. He deactivated his Rinnegan and activated Kakashi's Mangekyo Sharingan. After a few hours, Naruto finally learned how both of his eyes work. The ability Kamui allows the user to transfer objects to a form to and from another dimension. The transfer are often shown by spiraling voids that target swirls into and out of, distorting their forms as they move between dimensions. Naruto tested this on a few trees. With the right eye, a short-range version of the Kamui is used. The user can use this version on himself, sucking himself into his right eye to enter the Kamui dimension and exiting back to whatever location he please. Others can be sucked into the Kamui dimension through the eye. It is faster for himself to use Kamui and other than on himself. This version also requires physical contact in order to transfer people. The other application of the right Mangekyo Sharingan, which when activated allows the user to turn their body into invincible, automatically transferring body parts that otherwise would have been in contact with overlapping matter into a Kamui dimension. Everything they touch, including their clothes and weapons, even other people, will become invincible too. With the left eye, a long-range version of the Kamui is used. The user looks at the target and creates a barrier space around them, with the barrier size being determined by the user. When the user concentrates anything within the barrier's port towards its center, transferring the targets to the Kamui dimension. When both of the eyes are used on the same target, the teleportation speed is double. The ability was beyond overpower, and Naruto hasn't even got to the Susanoo yet before he could sense the chakra signature of Sasuke Uchiha and Hinata Hyuga. Arriving to his location, he deactivated Kakashi's Sharingan and activated Indara's. Hinata and Sasuke arrived to Naruto, looking at their directions. Seems like he was already waiting for them. Welcome, Hinata. Welcome, Sasuke, Naruto said. Hello, Naruto, Hinata said with a bow. What did you call us here for? Naruto said, clearly agitated at his previous loss. And this was Sasuke. I said, Naruto, a mistake. I want to help you, Naruto said. Let's start with you, Sasuke. I know you want revenge for your clan, for what your brother did, and I can help you. I know you better than you know yourself, and I know how to make you very strong and stronger than your brother, Naruto explained. Sasuke gritted his teeth and mentioned of his dead clan, but it became interesting when he mentioned him being stronger than his brother. And you, Hinata Hyuga, the clan heir of the famous Hyuga clan. But unlike most Hyuga, you are the shy one and do not like hurting others. That cause you to be disliked amongst your clan, even by your own father. But similar to Sasuke, I can make you very powerful, Naruto said, as Hinata held her head down at the mention of her own situation. How do you know all of this? Sasuke said. You can know anything if you look hard enough, Naruto responded. He had done research before he got into the academy. How about this? As a generous of good faith, I'll tell you why I'm so powerful. Only 2 people know of this, so guard the secret until it is no longer one. Naruto said, I possess a special power called Absolute Copy, which allows me to copy any of all abilities of anyone to their max potential. That's why I intentionally got the Sharingan, Naruto explained. As Sasuke narrowed his eyes, so you're not an Uchiha? I am actually, but I got my Sharingan by copying it. Not that it's usually way to obtain it, but with the power comes knowledge of how to use it, so no one in the Elemental Nation knows more about the Sharingan than me. Same goes for the Byakugan. Naruto said Hinata and Sasuke could do nothing but be amazed. Then Naruto explains how Naruto was so strong at 8 years old. So do you agree, Naruto? As Hinata and Sasuke looked at each other and nodded. Naruto, although he didn't show it, he was happy. Things were going exactly as he planned. Perfect. I hope you had no prior commitments because your training begins now. So then we continue and we continue. It has been a very long 8 years since Naruto began his training with Hinata and Sasuke, and damn it, it yielded its result. Sasuke and Hinata could not even imagine being this powerful when they started it 8 years ago. How did they gain this power? Here's how. Naruto simply began their training similar to how he was trained. And this is where I'm going to be leaving it off. Thank you guys for watching. This is Pentendulus here, and goodbye. By physical exercises, he spent the first 2 years drilling training exercises and improving their taijutsu styles. After the year, he had taught them how to be unpredictable in their movement whilst also maintaining the main attack strategies of their styles. Safe to say, it took some time for them to adjust like that. More so Hinata, as Naruto had her study each and every location of every chakra point and used the gentle fist with without it. Safe to say she did it, not have it easy. Though after 2 years they saw result. They could face off against mid-level Cage with no difficulty, though Naruto noted that the reason they took long to reach this level was one, they weren't reincarnations of one of the most powerful people to ever exist. Two, unlike Naruto, they had their clan taijutsu styles ingrained into their minds, where whatsoever Naruto started from scratch, so adjusting was not very easy. Either way, it was done, and Naruto was proud. Though after two years, they saw results. They could face off against mil. Oh wait, sorry. He didn't neglect his class though, as he did the same thing for them. He refused to teach them any chakra related until they were at least tuning level. So even the slackers had 2 years to reach the level. Iruka was hesitant, but allowed Naruto to do it. So Naruto told Iruka that by the end of all of this, he will not be allowed. As fortunately for them, they all did. During the time, Naruto had also trained with Kakashi and Guy. At first, he found Guy to be quite annoying, but he grew to like him. He also learned that the man was extremely good at taijutsu. He even gave Naruto a run for his money with when the weights came off. He knew Guy had the 8 inner gates unlocked thanks to his absolute copy and wondered if he could beat him if Guy used it. Even he doubted. Kakashi also saw massive gains due to training. The next 4 years were spent of training everything about their chakra, from chakra control to increasing chakra amounts, and learning elemental jutsus. Naruto was, for lack of better terms, a slave driver. Naruto wanted nothing but perfection from the both of them. Sasuke's main affinity was lightning, whilst his second was fire. Naruto trained him in both of them, whilst also forcing him to at least know a few jutsus from every element. Took a bit, but ultimately he did he did yield some results as Sasuke became a master of the lightning release. Hinata was the same. Her main affinities was water release, but Naruto forced her to have a few jutsus of every element. During this time, Sasuke created a new jutsu with the help of Naruto called Kirin, which used lightning from the sky to create a dragon that descends on the user's opponents. Since it uses natural lightning, it takes a little to no chakra. It descends at a speed of one out of 1,000 per second. Though the drawback is that he has to set it up by using powerful fire techniques to produce the necessary storm condition, should there be no conditions already. Hinata, on the other hand, was a master in the water, second only to Tobirama. Her new jutsu will be displayed later on. Naruto class were all tuning level minimum by the end of the previous 2 years. Naruto, as promised, taught them about chakra. Naruto thought it was pathetic that all you need to graduate the academy is to know the clone jutsu, which was useless. The sub jutsu and the transformation jutsu. Naruto wasn't having it and decided to train them in the simple things as such as tree walking, water walking, as he taught them the basics of elemental jutsu and showed them simple jutsus for each element. Anyone who wanted a farther training could come to Naruto directly, but must decide to focus on their clan jutsus. After the 4 years, the class was filled with students who were all mid tuning level. These were students These were students from civil families, while the rest of the clan heads were high tuning to low joning level. During the 4 years, Hiruzen saw all Naruto did and called him to the office. He told Naruto that he should continue to do the great work he is doing with the class. He is teaching them they will not need to take the Genin exam and it will be immediately promoted, and they will adapt his teaching style to all classes in the academy since it works so well. Naruto merely nodded in agreement since he never liked the low standards to become a Genin. The last 2 years, those years, Naruto spent teaching Sasuke and Hinata about their Kakegenkais. But but before he could do that, he wanted to evolve their eyes. Naruto thought, thought through the courses of the 6 years Sasuke in training unlocked his three Tomoe Sharingan from Naruto, constantly putting him in dangerous situations to unlock it. And fortunately, he did. He also started to use a sword, and though unlike Naruto, he preferred to use a one-handed style. Hinata stuck to her gentle fist style. So for the next 2 years, Naruto had Sasuke and Hinata do the same thing Indra had him do, and keep their dojutsus on for as long as possible. Sasuke, like Naruto, decided to have his on full time, while Hinata preferred to only have hers on during training, mostly because she thought she didn't like the veins on the Byakugan provided. For his class, for the next 2 years, Naruto taught them strategies and planning, and told them to use the next 2 years to learn whatever clan jutsu they have, and for those without clans can come to meet him if they wanted to. Mostly non-clan students came to him, and he gladly taught them. The class was now ranging from high tuning, which were civilian children, to high joning, which are the clan head children. During this time, he finally helped Kakashi with his Sharingan, reducing the toll it takes on him, helping him increase his chakra level so he could use it more often. He also informed him about his Mangekyo abilities, and used the Sun Seal to constantly heal him should he experience blindness. Kakashi was definitely thankful. The two with Might Guy went on many missions during the 8 years, and have come to love each other as brothers, though Naruto wondered how many brothers he was going to have at this point. In the 7 year, Guy decided to take on a team called Team 10, which consists as someone who weirdly looked like Guy's son, a weapon user female who was not much to write about, and Hyuga, who surprisingly was Hinata's cousin, although he was an ass. Please, whoever likes Neji in the comment, do not roast me about it. Do not come after me about it. This is just a story. This is just what I wrote. Please, take it easy on me. Kakashi decided he'll take on a team the next year as he tried to previously, but they all failed his test. Although since next year's students Naruto trained, he had very high hope for them. Also, everyone is wearing their Shinobi Shippuden outfits because I like. Yeah, they're all wearing the Shippuden outfit because I like them. So give me a break. We cut now to Naruto. Sasuke and Hinata, who are just chilling on Training Ground 7, the place where they became unbelievably strong, and the place where they became like family. I have way too many siblings like people who are not even related to me. Naruto thought. You think, but you did good here, kid. The fake Uchiha eyebrows, the Uchiha and the Hyuga. Now trust. Now you trust them with your life, and they trust you with their life. Kurama responded. Yes, my plan is going well, better than I expected, to be honest. I should have let them in on it soon enough. Once they evolved their eyes, perhaps, Naruto thought. Why then? Kurama said. Well, Hinata's easy enough to convince, but Sasuke, I'm assuming after he kills his brother, he will find a new goal. I'll convince him that my plan is the best plan to create peace, so no one experiences what he went through. Naruto explained as Kurama nodded. Sounds good enough. Also, I like to point out that you are seriously the exact copy of Indra right now. I like, seriously, copy and paste, Kurama pointed out. I know that, stupid fox. I do look awesome though. Naruto said, you have a problem, Kurama said, but before Naruto could respond, he cut the mental link. Naruto sighed. Hey, Naruto, Sasuke called out. Yes, Naruto responded. I don't think I ever said this to you. In fact, if you ever bring this up, I'll probably kill you, but thanks for training us, Sasuke said with a bit of a smile. You're getting soft on me, Uchiha? Naruto asked in a mocking tone and a smirk. Sasuke unsheathed his sword. I'll show you how soft I am. Pause. But before he could do anything, Hinata stepped in front of him. Don't be so childish, the both of you, Hinata said, as Sasuke put his sword away and he said, "Hey Naruto," Sasuke said again. "Yes, again," Naruto said. "Next week, we are finally finishing the academy. Since you're already a Jonin, does that mean you'll be our sensei?" Sasuke asked. "No," Naruto said, shocking the two of them. "But why?" Hinata asked. "It's been a while since she started," Naruto noted. "In the village, there are currently three elite Jonin, me, Kakashi, and Might Guy. Guy has taken a team a year ago, so as I'm sure you know, Hinata." Not as Naruto says as Hinata nodded, knowing of her cousin's team. "Me and Kakashi decided to take teams when you guys graduated, so Kakashi said he'll take you two while I was put in another position due to my effective training. I'm put in position where I'm basically a free agent. Any Genin team can request for me whenever it's for a mission or training. So you'll have your sensei, but I can step in to help once in a while," Naruto explained. "Nothing is ever simple with you, idiot," Naruto said. "You don't know how correct you are," Naruto said. "Well, I think it's time to go. You guys have trained hard for the past 8 years. For this week, you may rest," Naruto said. "Next week, you'll become Genin and your life as ninja truly begins. Have fun with that," Naruto said as he disappeared. "You know, I always wonder why Naruto decided to train us specifically," Hinata said. Sasuke ponders the same thing. "He never told us why he did it. In our point of view, he just did it. No one use no use thinking about it now, since it's Naruto. It's probably some insane reason," Sasuke says as Hinata giggles. "Well, whatever the reason is, I'm glad he did it," Hinata says as Sasuke nods, though he'll never say it again after that. "I have to go home. I like to enjoy the week rest we've been given. Goodbye, Sasuke," Hinata says with a bow as she leaves for her house. She's so powerful, yet she's still almost the same as she was 8 years ago, just without the stuttering. "Stay kind, Hinata. The world needs people like you," Sasuke thinks as he returns home. Who knows what Avengers will behold the even more stupidly OP Naruto and now OP Sasuke and OP Hinata. Fine. Well, now that we know that, you guys are gonna probably be mad at me about it in the comments. Well, we're gonna be starting the next chapter now. So this now we now see a 16-year-old class of Iruka Naruto after the 8 ruthless years of listening to Iruka boring lessons and Naruto painfully training. Naruto can truly say they aren't as pathetic anymore, as at least not as pathetic as 8 years ago. His class consisted of clan heads who were all mid-high Jonin levels. Naruto made short of that. The civilian members were all high tuning to low Jonin. Iruka was a bit shocked reading the letters of the Hokage had sent to him. This has never happened before. Guys, this is a bit shocking, but I'll read this out to all you guys. The letter says, "Iruka Omina, I seen the process of your class, and I have to say I'm impressed. So thanks to you, Naruto, your class will not need to take the Genin exam. They will automatically be promoted to tuning level. Congratulations to all," Iruka finished saying as everyone but Hinata and Sasuke were shouting. They already knew that thing. They already knew this thanks to Naruto. "Settle down, everyone," Iruka said, as the class quieted down. "Now, I still have to go over the teams, so listen up," Iruka said as we skipped to Team 7. So, because we all know that we don't care enough about the other teams. Team 7, Sasuke and Hinata. "Your sensei will be Kakashi," Iruka said as Hinata raised her hand. "Iruka sensei, why does our team only consist of 3 shinobis?" Hinata asked. "Well, Hinata, according to the letter, you two were previously trained by Naruto and are stronger than most shonin in the village, so your team really doesn't need another member, since they'll probably be playing catch up the entire time," Iruka said as Hinata nodded. But one boy had a problem with it. "Hey, why are they personally trained?" The now grown up Kiba stood tense up and asked, looking at Naruto. I did tell you that if you wanted extra training, you can come to me," Naruto explained as Kiba grumbled and sat back down. "Now, teammate Kiba, Shino, Sakura, your sensei will be Kurine Yuhia. I cannot say her name. Do not come after me in the comments. Team 9 is still and being if it's being picked. Teams 10, Ino, Shikamaru, and Choji. Your sensei is Asuma Saratobi. Iruka finished as the door opened and, and Kurenai and Asuma entered and took their respective students, leaving Team 7, Naruto and Iruka. Well, have fun waiting, guys. You're going to need it, Iruka said the last part with a whisper as he left. Let me go. Let me go fetch Kakashi, Naruto said as a wood clone from his bag. The clone already knew knowing what to do. Went out to find Kakashi and Sasuke and Hinata looked at Naruto dumbfoundedly. You can do wood release? Sasuke asked. I can copy anything, remember? Naruto said. Yeah, but who did you copy wood release from? Sasuke once again said. I can't go telling you all my secrets now, can I? Naruto said. Then Sasuke and Hinata looked at each other and merely shrugged, as he'll tell them when he wanted it to. As they finished, Naruto's clone entered the room, dragging a set-down Kakashi by his collar as he read his book. He approached Naruto and put Kakashi next to him, disappearing into the back of Naruto, with Naruto regaining the clone's memories. Now that you're here, can we go to the roof for the instructions? I'm assuming you're going to be doing something. You're going to be doing something, Naruto said. Kakashi turned to look at him, but he was gone. Typical Naruto. Well, you heard the man. To the roof, Kakashi said, as he too disappeared, using body flicker. Sasuke and Hinata did the same. Yes, Naruto trained them to the point where they learned body flicker. Sasuke and Hinata arrived on the roofs and saw Naruto against the wall and Kakashi next to him. They sat down on the couch. Welcome, Team 7. Before we begin with team activities, how about we introduce ourselves first? I'll start. I'm Kakashi said, but was interrupted by Naruto. He is Kakashi Hatake. He likes to read he likes reading porn. He dislikes not reading porn. His hobby and dreams, well, I'm sure you can guess what it is. Naruto said as Kakashi gave him a deadpan look. Can I introduce myself? I can introduce myself, you know. Kakashi said, no, you can't, Naruto said, with his everlasting emotionless face. Anyways, you're next, Kakashi said, pointing at Sasuke. I am Sasuke Uchiha. I like tomatoes and training. I dislike my brother and my dream is to avenge my clan, Sasuke simply said. Hinata took this as a cue to go next. I am Hinata Hyuga. I like cinnamon buns and my friends and gardening. I dislike the way my clan is and my dream is to abolish the cage bird seal that divides my clan, Hinata said. Well, it's nice to know you. Tomorrow we'll begin with the best I have set out for you. Naruto will tell you. As Naruto said, well, as Naruto said, as Kakashi disappeared, making Hinata shake her head and making Naruto and Sasuke sigh. They all knew he's training his dominant hand. Since your sensei is currently indisposed, I'll explain. This test is the test whether you'll truly be ready to become a Genin. The Academy Genin test is a test to test if you're ready for the test your sensei is going to give you. Naruto explained. Hinata and Sasuke nodded. Go to Training Ground 7 at 10 a.m., Kakashi said. 7 a.m., but he's always 3 hours late for everything. Just to let you know, Naruto explained and disappeared. Hinata and Sasuke went their own separate ways. Naruto was currently flying over the village, much to his enjoyment onto Training Ground 7. As he was flying, he heard the voice of his closest friends, not that he'll ever admit it. So going to Training Ground 7, huh? I'm guessing you're going to train your Tenseigan, Kurama asked. Already did that 4 years ago. You were taking a power nap, Naruto said. Oh, what does it do then? Kurama said. It gives me a chakra cloak, a cyan color one. The cloak is not as strong as the one the Sun Seal provides, but it does give a greater physical strength than the Sun Seal. It gives me 9 truth seeking or something like the Sun Seal's 10 and 2 very destructive jutsu, Naruto explains. Add 1 to how powerful you can get. Score. With that, it seems like you fully master use of everything you have. So why are you going to Training Ground 7? Kurama said. I want to try something. There's a little weakness I have found in the absolute copy. Every time I switch between similar powers, there's a less than 1 second delay between the switch. For example, if I wanted to go from Indra Sharingan to Kakashi Sharingan, I have to turn off one of the activated, then activate the other one. This delay may be determined in battle. I want to fix that now this way. And how do you plan on doing that? Kurama says, simply activating Kakashi Sharingan while having Indra on. Naruto explained. And how sure are you that you won't end your eyes exploding? You won't end up your eyes exploding. I wrote this wrong, guys. I apologize. Simple. Activate Kakashi Sharingan. Then Naruto said, possibly sure, Naruto said, as he arrived at the training field. He goes to the middle of it and takes the meditating position we all came to know. He activated Indira's Mangekyo and at the same time as Kakashi's. He feels a slight headache and a bit of a dizziness for a bit, but after a while he opens his eyes and his Mangekyo looking like Indra. He tries to use Kamui on a tree as it gets stuck, as it sucked it into another dimension. It worked. That was easy, Naruto says. He gets to work combining the Renegon as well, but he remembers Indura's Renegon. I forgot he had that. Naruto remembered his first sensei was supposed to get his Renegon, had the sage give him his power instead of Asura. Might as well work on that for an hour or so. As he skipped after working on it for an hour, he came up to the discovery of two abilities, Limbo and this one I can't really mention it because I wrote it wrong as well. So I apologize for that one. Using Limbo, the user projects up to four shadows of himself, shadow clones of himself into Limbo, an invincible world that coexists with the physical world, but that is ordinarily impossible to detect or perceive. Each shadow, each shadow has the same abilities as the real user, with the added advantage of being untraceable. The shadow can attack targets, giving the appearance of an explainable force, knocking them down, or they can defeat the user, giving the appearance of an invisible wall around them. The shadow are also invulnerable to any kind of physical damage and cannot be harmed, though conventionally means the Amaterasu, I, I wrote it wrong, allows the user to shift himself in between space, using anything currently accompanying the space he targets to swap places with him. By shifting another space during combat, the user can avoid his combat technique in an instant by swapping places with a weapon, such as his sword. And this is basically the ability that Sasuke has. They can leave behind a trap for an approaching enemy. They can also use this technique to escape from restraining and binds on an opponent in his place, or to discard any foreign weapons and embed it on their body. Despite its technique spamming from his Renegon, the user does not actually need to be looking at an object in order to swap places with it. They could also target other objects and individuals with this technique in order to shift them into another space in his surrounding. This is adult Sasuke's ability in Boruto before he lost his Reni Sharingan. Keep that in mind. Naruto noted he could use these two abilities very well together. He'll test it tomorrow. He also noted this, the last major ability he learned. Finally, he was done. Finally, you're done becoming more powerful. Now we can get to fights. Maybe I won't sleep so much anymore, Kurama said. Blame Hagoromo, but you're right. I'm itching to pull all these moves in action. Kurama. Kurama said, agreeing. No, Naruto said, and Kurama and him agreeing. Tomorrow we begin. My plan will finally move. Naruto says. Kurama goes back to sleep. Now, to finish the process, Naruto thinks to as he combines both Renegon and his Mangekyo, and the Renegon look like Indira's, although they can use any other Mangekyo and Renegon abilities he has. His Susanoo now has light blue, violet colors and multiple weapons it can conquer. With that, he was done. Time to head out. So we cut to the next day at Training Ground 7 on the field. We have Team 7 plus Naruto as they were getting ready for the test. Kakashi takes out a timer and sets it for an hour. He takes out one ball. This is called the bell test. One bell, I said ball. You have 1 hour to get the bells, but if you don't, you'll be sent back to the academy, Kakashi said, although he was surprised when he saw no reaction from the both of them. Naruto had taught them to always keep a straight face. Yeah, we ain't doing that, Naruto says. Stepping up to Kakashi, Naruto, what are you doing? Kakashi asks, I know all three of you better than you know yourself, fighting wise anyways, and I know that the both of them would destroy them One of them maybe, but both not a chance. Naruto said, shocking Kakashi a bit. Not underestimating. You are a cage level shinobi, but so are both of them. What I'm thinking was the of you versus me. It'll be fun facing three cage level shinobis. Naruto said. Naruto suggested. Knowing how powerful Naruto was, they were all for it. Maybe with the three of us, we can finally win. Naruto said. Sasuke and Kakashi said, as Naruto chuckles. Well, we'll see, Sasuke. Your goal is to take the bells away from me. I'll give you 5 minutes to strategize, Naruto said, with the bells in his hand. As Kakashi looked to his side and sees the bells is gone, he unsealed his fan and starts to meditate. The team looks at Naruto for a second and starts to formulate a plan. So do you think they have a chance? Not even close, Naruto says, laughing. Kurama chuckles. He might as well watch this one. After 5 minutes have passed, Naruto stands out to see the three of them looking ready for a fight. Naruto unseals his gun bay and prepares to fight. Hinata starts off the fight as she weaves a few hand sails. Clouds start to form and rain follows. Naruto feels his chakra slowly draining, water style. Explosive water dragon jutsu. Hinata shouts as two huge water dragons soar to Naruto. Naruto flies in the air and sees Kakashi and Sasuke going in the opposite direction. He follows Sasuke with the water dragons behind him. He approaches Sasuke with a dynamic entry, but Sasuke backflips dodges, throwing multiple shurikens in the process. Naruto blocks them all with his fan as Sasuke appears behind him, ready to throw a punch. Naruto already sees Sasuke's blocked a punch with his pawn. Sasuke takes advantage of this and locks Naruto's hand with his in a snake's hand seal. He apparently noticed that two approaching water dragons fire style fireball jutsu, Sasuke shouts, as a fireball forms point blank in Naruto's face. As the fireball is close to connect, so are the water dragons. Sasuke jumps to Hinata's side as a huge explosion occurs. Do you think we got him? Hinata asks. Probably not, Sasuke responds with a bit of a sweat. The smoke slowly clears as we see Naruto unharmed. Around him, a huge light blue ribcage. Damn, I I should have seen that one coming. Oh well, Naruto says as he turned to Sasuke Hinata, his fan on his back and his eyes blazing in his Mangekyo Sharingan. What happened to his eyes? Hinata asked. She has never seen his eyes like that. Sasuke, on the other hand, was all too familiar with them. Mangekyo Sharingan, Sasuke said. Hinata looked at him confused. What's a Mangekyo Sharingan? Hinata, the next stage of the evolution of the Sharingan, or so my father said. Sasuke added. His father had explained it to him after he had seen his brother Itachi eyes morph into another pattern, though his was different to Naruto. He's way faster than before, as Naruto appeared between them and split kicked them, sending them flying, but they managed to land on their feet. He was way faster than before, Sasuke thought, but before he could dwell on it further, Naruto appeared in front of him, threw a punch. Sasuke countered with a punch of his own as their fists clashed. A small shockwave erupted as Sasuke went flying backward. His strength is unbelievable, Sasuke thought as he crashed into a tree. Naruto felt Hinata's presence behind him, but she went in the direction of Sasuke, with Naruto letting it happen. Sasuke, are you okay? Hinata said. Sasuke stood up, grunting and holding his hand. No, but my arm is numb. His strength is beyond what he was showing us in training, Sasuke said. Can you still fight? Yeah, but that armor on him, the armor of his is going to be a problem. We have to get him with one huge attack. Kakashi is still waiting on us, Sasuke said. Hinata nodded as they went out into the clearing where Naruto was waiting, floating in the air. Welcome back. Shall we begin? Naruto said as he prepared to fight. Sasuke and Hinata both charged at him, Sasuke using his sword this time with his remaining arm while Hinata tried to take out his chakra points. Naruto, as he knocked Sasuke's sword away, had his chakra points blocked in his left arm. Taking advantage of Sasuke, who quickly took Hinata and who went away with a lightning clone, stunning Naruto, making a haste. Sasuke and Hinata separated. Sasuke to his north, Hinata to his south. Lightning style, thunderclap arrow, Sasuke says Out of his left hand, he released lightning in the shape of an arrow and rushed towards Naruto. Water style, giant vortex jutsu, Hinata says, as a giant vortex of water swirled around her. It also rushed to Naruto. As they moved at a super speed, a stunned Naruto felt two more jutsus move towards his east and west. Two massive lightning dragons tornadoes rushed towards him, the size of a dwarf that of Hinata's in Sasuke Jutsu. So that's where you were, Kakashi. With a jutsu of this size, it's no wonder you took this long to show yourself. Too bad I don't fall for the same trick twice. Naruto thinks as his eyes morph into that of a Renegon. He summons a limbo clone, and just as the jutsus were about to hit him, he uses adult Sasuke's ability from Boruto to switch places with his limbo clone. This jutsu collided with a huge explosion that causes a very small earthquake throughout the Hidden Leaf village. I should really stop getting caught in between jutsus like that, Naruto said, behind Sasuke with his Mangekyo back in his eyes. Sasuke quickly turned to punch Naruto, but his fist phased through Naruto and walks through him and punches his head, knocking him out. Naruto quickly finds Hinata, and before she could do anything, he neck chops her and knocking her out as well. He finds a slightly panting Kakashi near the lake. Kakashi sees an unscathed Naruto and is shocked. He expected at least a little damage, but none at all. Damn. Well, do you give up? The other two are out cold. I have no option, do I? As he knew he had no chance in beating Naruto's alone. Naruto shook his head and guessed that's game. Let's go get the others. Naruto said as they went to wake the others up. Naruto uses the sun seal to heal their wounds as after a minute or so they woke up. Did we lose Sasuke? Asked. Obviously. You did okay though, Naruto said. Naruto, why didn't you tell us you had the Mangekyo Sasuke asked. Naruto shrugs. I thought when I told you of my copy abilities that you figure it out. Naruto said, whatever, said Sasuke, crossing his arms. Anyway, Kakashi, I don't think it'll be fitting to give these two D-rank missions. They are way too powerful for that, Kakashi. Naruto said, with Kakashi nodding in agreement. I'll go check on the other teams, Naruto said, flying away the field. We'll begin with missions tomorrow at 7 a.m. at the Hokage Tower. From for now, go home and rest. Later, Kakashi said, disappearing in a cloud of smoke as Sasuke and Hinata also went their separate ways. Well, Naruto's now currently going to the nearest training field where he could see Kiba's chakra. He quickly lands there, surprising the teams. Sup, Naruto? An excited Kiba said, with a loud voice. Naruto, Shino said, with an very antisocial voice. Hey there, Naruto said, the soft voice of Sakura. Naruto, what are you doing here? And since when can you fly? The sensei, Kurenai said. I'm here to check if your team is doing alright. I learned how to fly 8 years ago, Naruto said. My team is doing fine. They passed their test well. I can see you really trained them well. And for that, I thank you, Kurenai said. So my help is not needed, Naruto asked. Kurenai shakes her head. Not today at least, she says. Naruto nods and flies off to where he sees Shikamaru's chakra signature. Naruto lands in front of the team. He sees them arguing about something. Although it's mostly the female on the team complaining while one is eating and the other one seems tired. They stop when they see Naruto. Great, just when I thought the day couldn't get more troublesome, you come along, Shikamaru said, as he learns and slouches into a tree behind him. What's up, man? Choji says, eating a bag of chips as usual. Oh, Naruto, what are you doing here? There's Jonin Sensei Asuma said as he came behind the trees. I just came to check on your team. What the commotion about? Naruto asked. She's just complaining about the two being lazy, Asuma said. Did they even pass? Naruto said, yeah, they do work decently together. Now, nothing like their fathers, but it's getting here there. Asuma said as Naruto nodded. The Ino Shaku. Why did I put it like that? The Shaka Chu team the Hokage is trying to recreate with these three. Guess Naruto will have to shape them in and up some more. Yeah, it's not my fault. I let one of my friends place that name there. We can blame him. Yeah, If that's the case, then I'll be taking my leave, Naruto said, flying off. Since when could he fly? Thought the team. We cut to the early morning of the next day as we see Naruto flying to the Hokage's office. He was a little early because he wanted to talk to Hiruzen before his team arrived. Like a gentleman, he politely knocked on the door. The usual come in was heard as he stepped inside. Then Hiruzen said, "Ah, Naruto, what can I do for you?" Hiruzen asked, putting the pen he was doing his paperwork with down. In a few minutes or so, Team 7 is going to be asked for a B rank mission. I request you add me into that mission. For that mission to be near the hidden mist village, Naruto says. And why is that? Hiruzen asked curiously. I want to end the civil war in that village, Naruto said. Shocking Hiruzen. Why would Naruto involve himself with that? Hiruzen thought. During the academy days, I saw a red-haired woman from the mist come to your office. Curiously, I listened to you in your conversation, and I heard her request for aid in the war, like the kind of Hokage you are. You refuse, and I want to help now. Naruto said. First of all, you shouldn't be listening to matters that do not involve you, Naruto. Second of all, why now? You could have asked them then, but why now? Hiruzen said. I have my reasons, Naruto simply said. Hiruzen thought about it for a second and in agreement. Maybe with Naruto helping in the war, this could mean a new alliance between the Leaf and the Mist. Very well, Hiruzen said as Team 7 walked to the office. Team 7 reporting for duty, Kakashi said. I already spoken to Naruto. You'll receive a B-rank mission. The mission will take place in the land of the waves. You'll be escorting a bridge builder called Tasuna to the wave and protecting him until the bridge is done. You will have to look out for the Chunin level ninja and a few bandits at most. Furthermore, you'll be joined by Naruto here, Hiruzen said, tossing a scroll for further details of the mission. Bring in the bridge builder, Hiruzen said, as an Anbu stepped. After a minute, the Anbu returned with an old man who was intoxicated from the beer in his hand. He stared at the team for a while before he broke into a smile. Well, this team's looking promising. I actually feel protected with you guys, Tasuna said as he almost passed out, but Kakashi caught him. This mission will begin tomorrow since our client is currently not in shape to be going anywhere. Kakashi dropped him at Hotel 7, room 17, Hiruzen said. Kakashi nodded. Alright, teams will meet at the gate at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, so we'll be ready, Kakashi said as he disappeared. Team 7 also goes their separate ways. I hope I'm making the right decision here, Hiruzen thought as he went back to his paperwork. And that is where this is going to be ending off. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.